Now, I'm gonna have to ask you guys, what are you doing in an aim trainer? I mean, at its core, what is it that you're trying to learn? What are you trying to achieve here? For me, I'd say it's getting better at games. But why is it that I can almost guarantee that 70% of you, and that's a rough number, right? Watching this are not practicing for it. Tracking isn't all what it makes out to be. I mean, on one end of the spectrum, it's rather easy, right? But if we delve deeper into this, it's not actually clear what tracking is. I mean, what's the motion we're doing with our hands? Because here's the thing, guys. It's not really set into categories like we think. It's not reactive and precision and so on. I mean, guys, we have to think about this differently. You have to approach it like this. How does it look in my game? What's the situation here? What's actually going on? See, tracking to me can be explored to 3 different ways. You have moving targets, which you have to counter with their movement. And people will call this reactive, but I think that's an issue we'll get into soon. And then you have smaller targets. You have to do little micro adjustments and so on. That's called precision. And then you have the smooth motion where you have to track it, smoothness. But what I want you to do here, guys, is take a look at how it looks in your game. Let's say you're playing Apex, for example, and you think, I've practiced smoothness, so I should track the bot smoother or the enemy smoother, right? Yet the bot and the scenario you're playing in Kovaaks is moving slower. It's larger, has no recoil, and you're not moving. So how is it that you're practicing for Apex when you're playing an insanely large bot that's moving slower? How is that actually practicing for the game? All of you know these categories, but you don't know how to effectively use it to your advantage. I see a bunch of guys creating playlists that are just far too easily. When you're practicing reactive, you're practicing with a slow moving bot instead of something that actually forces you to react. When you're playing smoothness, you're playing with an insanely large bot. It's easier to track a cow than it is a thin enemy from 20 meters away. So if the bot in your aim trainer is much slower and much larger than your enemy in game, are you really practicing? See, why are you doing something like bounce 180 when you could be doing L 180 small, right? A scenario that's much smaller and faster, but in so a lot more realistic. I mean, think about it like this. How often do you get 90% accuracy in any game, but in smoothness trainers, that's quite common. Moral of the story, you gotta step up your level, guys.